If I change my wheel, I'm sure to dirty my suit, and that would never do. Just then, he heard Caroline. I have to attend my wife's birthday party, and I cannot be late. Please give me a lift. I'll try, sir. But Caroline didn't like going fast. I'm hot. My engine will overheat. And it did. Told you so, said Caroline sadly. Bother, bother. Then he heard a loud whistle. It was George the steamroller. George was cross when he saw Caroline. Call yourself a car, you're a disgrace to the road. Find yourself a scrapyard. Caroline spluttered in fury. George's driver was more polite. Can I be of assistance, sir? Only if you can get me to my wife's birthday party, sighed the fat controller. We can take you to Thomas, replied the driver. He's just down the line. Much obliged. And they rumbled away. What about me? Wailed Caroline. I'll send for help, called the fat controller. Stay there. That's all I can do.
Trevor, the traction engine, enjoyed living in the vicarage orchard. Edward came to see him every day, but sometimes Trevor didn't have enough work to do. I do like to keep busy all the time, he sighed one day. And I do like company, especially children's company. Cheer up, smiled Edward. The fat controller has work for you at his new harbour. I'm to take you to meet Thomas today. Ah, exclaimed Trevor happily. A harbour. The seaside. Children. That will be lovely. Thomas was on his way to the harbour with a trainload of metal pilings. They were needed to make the harbour wall firm and safe. Hello, Thomas, said Edward. This is Trevor, a friend of mine. He's a traction engine. Thomas eyed the newcomer doubtfully. A what engine? He asked. A traction engine, explained Trevor. I run on roads instead of rails. Can you take me to the harbour, please? The fat controller has a job for me. Yes, of course, replied Thomas, but he was still puzzled. Workmen coupled Trevor's truck to Thomas's train, and soon they were ready to start their journey.
I've been working on the railway all the livelong day. Yeah, who wants to work a livelong day anyway? There he is. Come in, enjoying the party, Splodge.
Hooray, hooray!
Oh, wow.
We're gonna have a party!
Oh, I love parties.
Yeah, who's got the balloons?
Correction. Join the party that's over. Just like Twinkle Toes Magic Railway's gonna be over. Gone. Like the lost engine and the buffers that lead to her.
Well, what are you gonna do? Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Yeah.
It's time to finally put Twinkle Toes' lights out.
Oh?
This is a job for the boss!
I've got to delay him. I've got to distract him.
It's the old teapot! Smash him!
Smash him?
Pinky, get back here! Pinky, don't make me come up here. I hate it when you do this.
Good show.
Boss, did you mean to let the roof fall in? All the way in?
I always mean what I do, you rattle traps.
He was moving trucks into a siding. Henry arrived with his goods train. The signalman switched the points and Percy waited on the siding until Henry had steamed by. Then there was trouble. The points are jammed, called the signalman. I can't switch them back. The workmen will mend them in the morning. It's too late now. Said Percy's driver. I'm sorry, Percy, but you will have to stay here for the night. Where are you going? Asked Percy. Home for tea, replied the fireman. Percy was speechless.
But James was wrong. You must go to the yards and collect an important goods train, James. It's heavy, so be careful, said the Fat Controller. But, sir, I've just been repainted. Can't Thomas or Percy do it? They're dirty and like working with trucks. Really useful engines don't argue. So James didn't. By the time he arrived at the yards, the weather had changed for the worse. Your colour's nice, James. Pity about your face, though, said a truck. James ignored them and set off. Gordon rattled through the junction. That's strange, he exclaimed. I'm on the branch line. Oh no, the signalman cried. Express trains aren't supposed to go that way. But it was too late. Gordon had already raced into the distance. The old branch line was weak and rusty. There were signs warning all the trains to go slow. But Gordon ignored the signs. I'm an express engine, I don't go slow, he said. And he went even faster. The branch line couldn't take his weight and the rails buckled. Oh, help, Gordon cried as he slid off the tracks and into a field. No one was hurt, but poor Gordon felt very undignified. What will the Fat Controller say?
But under the bridge, it wasn't Great Waterton. It was the shunting yard of a logging station. Gordon had never been here before. Then in the distance, he heard Stanley's whistle from the track below. Stanley is catching up, he huffed to himself. I must race ahead. Gordon pumped his pistons. Then there was trouble. Ben was shunting a flatbed of logs. Gordon biffed straight into them. The logs started to roll down the hill. But my buffers, though...